Howdy y'all, it's J.R. Gonzalez with another review video here on the Gamingverse. So I was looking for a change of pace when it came to video games, and I decided to download a new indie title from the Steam store. In this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this not so typical video game. If you stay till the end, you will hear how Chilito rates the game and whether I recommend it. Here we go. As you guessed from my intro, the game is Lake. Developed by Gamus and published by Whitehorn Digital, it's not your typical title. It's not a first-person shooter or a zombie apocalypse or a battle royale or a role-playing game. The developers characterize this on Steam as an adventure game, and I agree with them. It is an adventure game, but not the thriller type adventure. It's more of a chillaxing genre of adventure games. Throughout this review, I'll be interjecting during dialogue, so I'll be lowering the volume of the dialogue so that you can hear my voice. That way it is not distracting for you. The game is simple enough. You play Meredith Weiss, a big-time computer analyst who decides to go back home to, of all things, become a mail carrier. Now, I say mail carrier because mail woman just does not have the same ring to it. She drives around delivering mail and packages in her beautiful hometown of Providence Oaks that is located around a lake. As she delivers the mail, she interacts with different members of the community. Each interaction gives the player an opportunity to choose Meredith's dialogue, which leads to different outcomes. This title actually reminds me of those, how do you call them? You know, those Own Your Adventure books I read as a kid.
But I will continue testing for Addit.
Oh, okay. Right. Awesome.
I better get some sleep now. My plane leaves early in the morning.
Okay, Meredith. Have a wonderful flight. I'll talk to you soon.
Lake is not your typical video game, but I think it's what makes it unique and special. Now let's talk about the game graphics. The game graphics are not what I would categorize as realistic, but they fit the aesthetic of the game. It gives the game that adventure book vibe. The setting, however, is beautiful. The developers really did a nice job of creating a visually stunning world within the aesthetic of the game. Driving around in a mail van is a thrill just to enjoy the scenery.
Great. You know what? While we're en route, why don't we deliver some mail in our beautiful little lake town?
And show me the ropes? Sure.
All right then, get ready to roll.
This lake, it's always more beautiful than I remember it.
I don't think I'll ever get tired of driving around it. And there's our first stop.
Okay, sir, what's the plan?
Delivering mail is like a walk in the park, with mailboxes. Take this bag, walk to the mailbox, and insert the mail.
When it comes to the story, I think the developers hit a home run. Although I have not finished the storyline, I have enjoyed how the developers allow you to entangle yourself in people's lives as much as you want, which drives your choices as a player. The dialogue and the voice acting is astonishingly good and captivating. The choices of dialogue are numerous, and the character response to your choice of dialogue can really drive how you want Meredith to be perceived in the community. Now, this is the type of single-player mode I enjoy because I can truly become immersed in the game like I do with a good book. There's no leveling up or choosing between better weapons distracting you from the actual story and breaking that immersion of the story. The majority of the cutscenes are smooth and are interactive, which means that they allow for you to make the choices while you are in the scene, keeping the player engaged instead of just watching characters talk. I would say it is a true single-player career mode game with a very compelling story. Now let's talk about gameplay. The gameplay at times is a little clunky, but nothing that a few tweaks on the control tab wouldn't fix. I had to adjust my mouse sensitivity way down because Meredith was doing some pirouettes whenever I attempted to turn one direction or another. Driving around is not as smooth as a NASCAR driving video, but you're not racing against the clock to deliver the mail. Visually, the game is beautiful. I would compare it to an illustrated teen or young adult book. Again, I have to go back to those pick-your-own-adventure books of my childhood. That's what this game reminds me of.
You're getting the hang of it. So, where were we? Computers. Should I buy one?
Well, it depends on what you want to use it for.
Bookkeeping. I always make a mess of my tax returns. Can't a computer do that for me?
Sure, there are programs for that, but you'll still have to put in some work yourself.
I was afraid you were going to say that. I'll bug you about it another time. Our next address is right around the corner.
There's no place like home.
Sure isn't. Can't wait to get home either. The Mets are playing the Giants.
Oh, before I get out, what time do I start tomorrow?
7 a.m. sharp. Just check in at the post office.
Okay, Frank. See you tomorrow.
Adios.
Hi, Meredith. I just wanted to let you know that Dad and I landed safely. The Florida weather is all they said it would be. I'll call again soon. One more thing. The freezer's stuffed with food, and there's blueberry pie in the fridge. Bye.
As far as features are concerned, there really isn't any features in the game. It's a very simple game. It's not like you have to deliver the mail on time or you lose points. Mainly, you want to deliver the letters so that you can get to interact with the community members when you deliver a package to them. As I said, it's not a game that requires or even needs features. It's more of a game that allows you to flow through the story like in a good book. There are a lot of avenues to explore in this game. It's not a very long game in terms of gameplay, but it is very immersive. I found myself playing for almost 2 hours straight. If it wasn't for my wife calling me to dinner, I probably would have kept on going. Now, I'd like to hear from you if you think it would be a good idea for me to do an episodic Let's Play on Meredith's adventures in Providence Oaks. Write it down in the comments below, and I'll look through the comments to see if it's something that you guys might be interested in. Let's watch one of those interactions between Meredith and one of the community members, Mrs. Jenkins. You'll see how the different choices that you make might make Mrs. Jenkins react differently to Meredith. We'll talk again when it's done.
Well, hello there, big cuddly guy.
Oh, look, Genevieve! A new mailman! Hello there! What's your name, then?
Well, I'm not a mailman exactly. I'm Meredith Weiss.
Heavens, I meant no offense. It's just that male woman doesn't sound right, does it, Genevieve? Weiss, of course! You're Emily's girl, aren't you? This is Meredith Weiss, Genevieve. She used to live in town years and years ago.
"22 years to be exact, but who's counting?"
Has it been that long? That's almost 2 Genevieves ago. Calm down, Genevieve. You're going to live forever. She isn't, but shh. You do remember me, don't you?
I'm sorry, but I really don't. It has been 22 years after all.
Pity. I remember you, Meryl, clear as day. Anyway, did you have a package for me then?
Yes, ma'am. I think it's a toy bear. I mean, it's shaped like one and feels plushy. Someone must think you need another animal in your life.
Bit of a nosy-posy, aren't you? I know Frank would never feel up the packages.
I apologize. I didn't mean to pry, Miss Jenkins.
Well, it's probably another gift from my son. Still doing everything to get into my good graces, except actually drop by.
I'm sure he means well. He's probably just busy.
That's what he says. That's probably what you say to poor Emily, too. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. Run along, dear. Give Emily my best.
Goodbye, Miss Jenkins. Genevieve. In a few days, I won't even need that map.
It's the time that we've all been waiting for. Let's see what our rating expert says about Lake. Chilito, what do you think?
Well, JR, this is not your traditional rating because of the type of game this is. On gameplay, I give this game 9 chiles. Although it's clunky at times, most of the time the gameplay was smooth and immersive. When it comes to graphics, I also have to give it 9 chiles. The aesthetics of the game are stunning and fit the vibe the game gives off. It does not want to be more than it is. On story, I definitely have to give it 10 chiles. The story is immersive and it does its best not to break that immersion. The dialogue and voice acting are impressive. On features, features was the more difficult for me because the game was not created to have different features. For that reason, I won't be giving it a features rating. Now, overall, JR, I give this game 9 chiles. It may be a hot habanero, which burns your mouth so good. The game is immersive, well created, and fun in a very slow, chill Netflix kind of way.
You heard it from Chilito. He gives the game a 9 out of 10 chiles. For my part, if you're looking for a change of pace from the hardcore video games of today, I would pick up Lake and drive all over Providence Oaks delivering mail and packages to the down hometown folks of Providence Oaks. In the end, you might not want to leave this beautiful lakeside town. If you found value in this video, please smash the like button. For more reviews, let's plays, and tutorials, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And to get notified when we upload new videos, click on the bell icon. Thanks for watching. Adios.